Social media is not real. People will talk regardless. Do what's best for you. I don't say I'm going through anything, I'm growing through. We can't hold each other accountable. We don't need to be around each other. And that goes for anybody. I really don't care. Small-minded spirits are intimidated by strong-minded people. Not make you untouchable, but it will make you unbreakable. Ooh, goodness. Yeah. Hey y'all, it's your girl Talia. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a new video. If you're not new here, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title and thumbnail of this video, we are doing 22 things that I have learned since I've been 22. Y'all, my birthday is on the 22nd of this month. I'm super excited. So I was like, let me do a revision of what I learned in my 22nd chapter. I learned a lot. If one thing, my biggest takeaway of 22 is learning how to persevere through things that I didn't even think that I could, but by the grace of God, I have the endurance to do so. So yeah. In no specific order, I'm going to go over the questions. These are not in a specific order. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Sometimes your plans are not God's plans. It's okay to let go of the feeling of needing to have control. That was one of my biggest things coming into the year of 22. Not necessarily 25, but coming into being 22. It was a lot of things that I felt like, oh my gosh, like I needed to go this way. I need. And the whole time God is like, that's not what I have for you though. And so I feel like once I let go of the need to feel like I needed to be in control and just understood that I needed to surrender what I wanted to what God wanted, life started to get a lot easier for me. Delay is not denial. It is literally a spiritual speed bump. Sometimes God allows you to slow down because if you get to where you're going too fast, you might mishandle what he has for you. I got that from one of the sermons that I was watching probably about like a week or two ago, because literally in the position that I'm in life right now, if God would have put me here last year, I would have mishandled it. I would have been like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. So looking back now, it's definitely on purpose. It happened on purpose because everything happens for a reason. Social media is not real. I could be sitting here right now talking to y'all, and the whole time behind the cameras, my life is in a shambles. Same thing with influencers. So I feel like when you compare your life to people that are on camera, you never know what they go through behind closed doors. You don't know what they had to do to get to that point. Me personally, I don't want anything that anybody else has because it's not for me. If it was for me, I would have it. Some people don't put the internet in their business. And that's another thing. Do not put everything on the internet. Everything does not have to be on the internet. Like, they're literally just watching you to see what you have going on. So I feel like when you're going through life, disappear, isolate. Creating a routine is a very important. That could go from making breakfast, waking up praying and journaling, waking up meditating, going to the gym, going for a walk, or just waking up and doing like skin routine, shower. Have a routine. Don't just wake up and be like, let's just see where the wind takes us, because then you never know what your day is just off balance. So when I figured out how to create my routine and stick to it, my day started off better, to where if I don't do what I normally do in my routine, my day just kind of feels a little off. And if you know what I'm talking about. It is okay to start over and pivot. I had to do a really big pivot this year. And at first I was very confused because I feel like when you have a plan and you have already like basically saw it through in your mind, you envisioned it happening, and then God just does a full 360, you're like, wait a minute, I wasn't ready. But it is okay for change. Change is definitely okay. And I feel like a lot of times when we go through things in life, or we have things that we're like, I need this to happen, sometimes what worked before is not going to work now, and that is okay. And I feel like, me personally right now, this is the first time that I have been single since I was a teenager. Starting over is not always a bad thing, and I had to really learn that, because this point in my life, I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about my hobbies, things that I like to do, things that I want to do, things that I want out of life for myself. So yeah, pivot and change is not always a bad thing, and it is okay to go through those things, because again, what worked before just may not work now. Protect your energy and your peace. And it does not matter what you have to do to get it. If you have to cut this person off, stop talking to this person, isolate, do whatever you have to do to protect your peace, because A lot of times people be knowing what they doing. Move away from certain things or stop talking to people for certain things for a certain period of time, not necessarily forever, but if you have to do that, do it, because your peace in this time, in this season of my life, my peace means everything to me, and I don't care what I have to do or what I have to lose to get it. If it's not bringing me peace, I don't want it. So definitely protecting your peace is a really big thing, and that's what I've had to learn this year too. Is literally, if it's not serving me any type of peace, if it's not bringing me any type of joy, if it's not bringing me money, if it's not helping me get to my next level, I don't want it. A lot of people don't like when you put boundaries on them or your relationships with them, and that goes for platonic relationship, family, business. It don't matter. It is okay to say no. It is okay to make people understand that if they are making you feel uncomfortable, if they are disrespecting you, if they are making you feel uncomfortable, it gotta go. Simple. Like, if it's, again, that goes back to protecting your peace. Setting boundaries protects your peace more than anything else, probably, because you set that bar and you sit there is no room for a gray area. It's either you're in or you're not. If you try to argue with me, you're going to be arguing with yourself. You feel the need to cut anything off to get to where you're trying to be, yeah, date and cater to yourself. That could go for getting your nails done, getting your lashes done, getting a facial, going to the spa. In this season of my life, I've been doing a lot of solo dating because I feel like I've always done my nails, my hair, my lashes, things like that, and like skincare routine, like catering to yourself and catering to myself in ways like that. But when it comes to like solo dating, I just got into solo dating and I love it. I feel like I've always been a person where it's like I'm not scared to go by myself. Like, I'm not scared to do things by myself, as far as like going to eat, going to the movies, try new things by myself. Like, I've really been in that season of my life where I like doing things like that. So definitely dating yourself is not a bad thing. You're able to distract yourself and not be the center of your life. That's another thing too. Quality over quantity matters in friendships, relationships, family members, and everything like that. Quality over quantity matters. Like, if we can't hold each other accountable, we don't need to be around each other. If I'm calling you out on something and you get offended, and you call me out on something and I take it as corrective criticism and not get offended, there needs to be a sense of accountability, because I feel like if you cannot handle correction, you will not grow. Especially now in life, and we're all trying to get to the next level. If you can't handle accountability and you can't take accountability for what's going on, like, especially if you ask for accountability, you ask for this, and you get upset when you get told the truth, we have nothing to talk about. And that goes for anybody. I really don't care, because I feel like nowadays in life, you need solid people. Like, I'd rather have my solid 3 like I do than to have a gang of unaccountable placeholders. Investing into yourself pays off, whether it's mentorship, your business, wellness, or spiritual well-being. I've been taking a lot of courses this year. I have a mentor now. I have things in my life that I feel like when you're trying to elevate in life, you have to be around people that have already either touched the things that you want to touch, done the things that you want to do, or living the life that you want to live, and not in an envious way, but you have to be around people because they've been where you're at. They've already went through, trial and error. They've already went through trying to get something and it's not working, so they figured out something else. So I feel like when you surround yourself around people that are already where you want to be, you're most likely to get to that point quicker than you would if you were doing it alone. So mentorship has been really important to me in this season of my life, as well as investing into myself and just investing. Like, I invested to myself getting this camera. I'm investing into myself by investing into my business, like things like that. Investing into yourself, it will pay off in the end. You might have to lose a couple of dollars in the beginning. Like, I lost money when I got this camera. It might look like you can't look at it like, oh my gosh, like, I don't have the money to invest, I don't have the money to do this, I don't have the money to do that. Like, that might be true, but when you're trying to grow, when you're trying to elevate, don't look at it as in like, oh my gosh, like, I'm losing so much money, or oh my gosh, like, I can't afford. How are you going to get to the things that you want to do? And I'm like, I had to tell myself the same thing. Like, when I was getting my camera, I'm like, do I really want to spend this much on a camera? And now my videos have really high quality. I have a mic. I have things like that that are going to help my content elevate than it would have been if I would have been recording on a phone. Now, recording on a phone is nothing wrong with that, because I started off recording on my phone too. But I knew the type of content that I wanted to put out. I knew the type of things that I wanted my content to look like. Like, I knew what I wanted out of this. And so just recording on my phone wasn't going to get it. So I did get my camera off rip from starting my channel. Because my first video, if you scroll all the way down, my first video I recorded from my phone. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. So yeah, investing into yourself with business, reading your books. I just feel like when you invest into yourself, it's going to pay off. Like, it's going to pay off eventually. It might not happen overnight. It might not happen next month. It might not happen next year. But if you have faith in whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to happen on God's timing. It's going to happen when He says it's going to happen. People will talk regardless. Do what's best for you. Please. People are going to talk regardless. They're talking for a reason. People are lying on you for a reason because they want you to be the bad person. They want you to be the person that's looking like, you know, like, people are going to talk regardless. So you might as well go ahead and do what you want to do regardless, right? Small-minded spirits are intimidated by strong-minded people. You're where they want to be at. You're doing the things that they want to do. And it's no shade. It's not to discredit them. It's not to belittle them. That's just the truth, because I feel like when you are at a certain point in your life and you're trying to grow, when you're trying to do things differently and you're trying to be better, people are going to talk about you. It's going to happen. You're doing something right if they're talking about you. So do what you want to do. Like, it's not, they're going to talk regardless. Whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, people are going to talk. Why does it matter? Healing is a journey. It is not linear. It is not night and day. It is literally a journey. Like, it's exactly what it sounds like. Like, some days you're gonna wake up and you feel like you're on top of the world, you can conquer the world, and everything is just, all your problems are going away. And then the next day you'll wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, nothing has changed. Oh my gosh, why am I feeling like this? Why? But don't dwell on it though. You gotta pray about it and keep going, because when you dwell on it, you're allowing your mind to feel like exactly what you're thinking the whole time. You already done took 10 steps forward. Don't take 10 steps back. Healing journey is not easy. Healing from things, healing from trauma, healing from past things that you went through in your past, like, it is a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a couple of weeks. It's going to take time. So I feel like you have to give yourself grace. You have to allow yourself the time to grow and feel and grieve certain things in your life. Like, if you lost some money, if you lost a job, if you lost a relationship, if you just lost a part of yourself, allow yourself time to grieve, but pray about it and get right back up. It's okay, because it's a journey. If you was going through a journey in a forest, you think you just gonna run through there and not see no animals jump out at you? No, like, it is a journey. So I feel like when you're going through a journey, you have to allow yourself the time to grow and feel and get over the things that you're going through. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not going to, you know, be right back to normal. Like, even though how bad we want it to, it's not. And I'm speaking from somebody that's that's getting through a healing journey. Like, it is not going to happen overnight. But when you trust in God and you get in your word and you journal and you talk about things, not necessarily with people, but talk to God about it. Healing journey is not supposed to be night and day. It's not going to happen overnight, because think about it. If you went through something and on Monday and then by Wednesday you're like, oh, I don't even care about it, like, you just force yourself to suppress it, you're not going to grow, because eventually those feelings are going to ball up and you're going to explode. I'm telling you, you're going to explode. It might not happen quickly, but eventually your feelings are going to be so suppressed down and you don't push them down far enough, and then something is going to trigger you and you're going to explode. So grieve it. Give yourself time. Give yourself grace. It's the more you allow yourself the time to just feel like you have to rush through it, you're suppressing your feelings. And I feel like nowadays that is such a common thing to do, is suppress your feelings and make yourself feel like, you know, you just have to get over it. No, allow yourself the time to feel. It is okay to feel. Get back up, pray about it, and keep going. Your presence matters more than anything. One thing about it, do not look how you feel. If you're feeling down, go get your hair done, go get some money, go get your nails done, go make yourself look like normal. And that's not being fake, but when you look how you feel and your feelings reflect your presence, you're more likely to feel more down about yourself because you're like, dang, I look exactly how I feel. No, go get your nails done, go get your hair done, go get a haircut. Do whatever it is you got to do to feel better about yourself while you're feeling down. Because again, it is okay to feel, it is okay to grieve, but don't look how you feel. Make your presence be the total opposite of how you're feeling. If your gut is telling you something, 9 times out of 10, you're right. God did not give you discernment for no reason. If you're feeling a certain way and you see something, or you're like, something just don't feel right, 9 times out of 10, it's not. Especially when you have a strong connection with God, he definitely will show you things without you even asking for it. So if you feel like something is off, 9 times out of 10 it is. Every single time in my life when my gut was telling me something was wrong, or I had a dream, the dreams play a big part. I done had a dream about something. 9 times out of 10, whatever I saw in my dream comes to light, or it's something that's going on in life, but God showed it to me in my dream, and eventually it comes to light. So 9 times out of 10, if you having a gut feeling about something and your discernment is kicking in and telling you like, my intuition, it's probably that. Trust your gut with anything, and that's not necessarily trying to find something out. If you feel like it's something in your life that you should do and you feel it in your gut, do it. If you feel like it's something that should be going on and you feel it in your gut, let it happen. And pray about it first before you act on it. If you feel something in your gut, go through with your first mind, because 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what you should be doing in the first place. You cannot pour into an empty cup. It is okay to isolate, recharge, and then resurface. I cannot tell you how many times this year I have had to just pull back, isolate, not talk to anybody, and then come back brand new. Because when you're in a mood, me personally, I don't like to project. I don't like to project my feelings. I don't like to project what I'm going through. If I'm going through something, I will go mute. If I'm going through something, I will disappear for a couple days, a week, and come back like nothing happened, and not tell anybody my business, because it's not their business. I definitely feel like it is very important to surround yourself with people that not necessarily are going through the same things as you, but has the same path and has the same goals as you. I feel like when you surround yourself with people like that, you're more likely to have a more safer space to be able to not necessarily project, but be able to release, be able to explain how you're feeling, and they won't necessarily understand exactly what you're going through to a T, but you have somebody to lean, you have a shoulder to lean on. So I definitely feel like surrounding yourself with people in this life that whenever you do isolate, they might understand, but when you come back, talk about it. Patience and being still is very essential in a season of your life where you're trying to grow. You just keep trying to do everything fast paced. Like, you're literally going to hit a speed bump at some point and pop your tire. You're going to hit a pothole. And I feel like you have to just sit and be still sometimes. God has told me so many times this year to be still. Be still and let it happen. And every time that I sit still, something ends up happening. Something ends up coming my way. And I'm like, God, like literally, y'all, I never would. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year I would have finally started my business, I would have told you you're lying. When I first started this year, I was in a totally different mind space. Not necessarily a bad one, but I wasn't where I am now. I was just so focused on me and somebody else doing something. I wasn't taking the time to figure out what it is that I wanted to do myself. But God told me to be still. And y'all, God is working. Goodness. Sit back and learn. Like, I feel like whenever you're going through a still season, ask yourself, what is God trying to teach me? What is God trying to show me? And he will reveal it to you. If you ask God to search you, if you ask God to reveal things to you, ask for guidance, he will show you exactly what it is that you're looking for. And not because, you asked for it. That was the whole part of the plan. You asked for it, but he was already going to do that. He was just waiting for you to be still. So I feel like if God is telling you to be still, do it. As hard as it is very hard to be still, especially when you have something you're working towards and aiming towards. It's very hard to be still. But I feel like it's all a part of the plan. So definitely, if God is telling you to be still, just do it, girl, sir, ma'am, do it. Not every opportunity is the opportunity for you. It's not. And I feel like a lot of things be looking good, but a lot of things are also counterfeit. I feel like there are certain people that will come in your life and it'll look like it's on a silver platter, but it's just waiting to crumble. And a lot of times Opportunities present themselves as blessings. Opportunities present themselves as a chance to, be something better. And sometimes they work out for the better, but sometimes it's just a cookie waiting to crumble. So count the cost. Luke 14:28 literally tells you, count the cost. Count the cost. If you can go through something and look at it and see like, okay, it looks good on the front end, but on the back end, what is it going to cost me? And it's not always about money. Is it going to cost me my family? Is it going to cost me my pride? Is it going to cost me my dignity, my boundaries? Count the cost of everything. It doesn't matter what opportunity it is. It is okay to count the cost in whatever it is that you're going through. Now, if you're dwelling on it and you're like, woe is me, then okay. And it is okay to say no. It is okay to pass up on things, people, friendships, whatever. Discipline over motivation, y'all. Sometimes your discipline will be way bigger than your motivation. It's a lot of things that in my life right now I'm having to have discipline for because my motivation sometimes it's not there. We're human. Sometimes, some weeks I might wake up and I'm like, I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like. But you have to have discipline and obedience because in the moments where you're not motivated, you have to be persistent. I like the word persistent because no matter what, I know I have to do it. I have to go to the gym. I have to go to work. If I want to make money, I got to go to work. If I want to have my body, I got to go to the gym. Like, I feel like it's just essential. Like, sometimes your discipline has to be bigger than your motivation. And just like it with God, your discipline and your obedience has to be bigger than your motivation. Sometimes you're like, I don't want to go to church. I don't want to read. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. Your discipline has to be bigger. I was at my business meeting the other day and my mentor said, discipline only feels like pain until you start to win. Once you start to win, that discipline is like second nature because you have to do it to get to your next level. So your discipline has to be bigger than your motivation sometimes, and that's okay because I feel like if you have discipline, you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. You are capable of more than you think you are. I'm persevering through a lot, and I feel like I only have the endurance because God gave it to me. I wake up every day because God woke me up. He has a purpose for me. And I feel like when you have a purpose, God is going to allow you to see it through. He's going to do everything in his power to make sure, especially if you're seeking him, to make sure that you have exactly what it is that you're needing. So I definitely feel like whatever it is that you put your mind to, you can get through it. Especially when you have a relationship with God, especially then. Finding new hobbies is such a beautiful thing, especially when it's things that you never would have thought, like, dang, I like to do that. I have found out so much about myself in this season of my life, y'all, and I'm excited to learn more, to be honest. So I feel like finding new hobbies is essential. Get out and try new things, get out and do new things, get out and learn new things. It's just very essential. So yeah, I have learned that this season I love Legos. I love to go on solo dates. I love to journal, and I just can't wait to see what else I like to do. Build a relationship with Christ. I definitely feel like I started getting closer, like I told y'all in my Q&A. I got closer to God. I started seeking him really last year around this time, literally like about a year ago in May. And I didn't really start getting into my word in my Bible, in my journal and everything like that until about December of 2024. So since then, I feel like the enemy does not start to attack you until he feels like you are a threat. So it's a lot of times that I might feel like back then, I feel like before I seeked Christ and before I started to actually take my spiritual journey to the next level, I went through less. And this year, since I started seeking God, the enemy is like, wait a minute now. He's threatened by your presence. He's threatened by your anointing. He's threatened by your spirit because he knows that once you get closer to God, he has to go through God to get to you. Building a relationship with Christ will not make you untouchable, but it will make you unbreakable. And ooh, that was a word. Building a relationship with Christ will not make you untouchable, but it will make you unbreakable. Yes. the closer you get to God, the further away, the harder he has to try to get to you. Building a relationship with Christ, and then the last one is keep going. It kind of goes hand in hand, because keep going, because if you quit, you allow the enemy to win. If you quit, you allow your enemies to feel like you know exactly what they said you were. You're better than anything that anybody has ever said or named you. Anything. And I journal, I meditate, I pray, and I ask God constantly for his guidance, for clarity, and I ask him to constantly search me, because I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So I definitely feel like asking him to search me, to find the things within me that I'm like, I could be better. I know that I'm better than this. I know that I could get over this. Constantly ask him to search you, because he's going to reveal to you whatever it is that you need to know. He's going to reveal to you whatever it is that you need to find and learn from. Like, it's a learning season. Your healing journey is a learning season. So it's like, I feel like definitely right now in my life, I'm healing, but I'm also learning. And I feel like my favorite thing is when people ask me, what am I going through? I don't say I'm going through anything. I'm growing through. I'm not going, I'm growing, because I feel like you have to go through things to grow. But instead of making it sound so negative and so down, no, I'm growing through something. I'm learning. I'm persevering. I'm being better than I was last year, being better than I was last week, yesterday. I feel like you have to grow, and I feel like you have to be comfortable enough to, you have to be open to growing. I constantly ask God to open my mind. I constantly ask God to open my heart and expand me and stretch me, so that way I can learn new things, be a part of different things that I might have once thought that I wasn't able to be a part of. And I feel like when I started doing that, y'all, God started opening doors for me. He started putting me in different rooms. I started a business. God is literally doing things right before my eyes. I'm living in an answered prayer literally right now. And I just feel like building a relationship with Christ was literally the best thing that I could have done. Was the best thing I ever done. Like, literally, like, it was the best thing that I've ever done. And I feel like it is just a beautiful thing to see how much I have changed from 21 to 22. Like, I've always gotten told, like, I'm very mature for my age, or like, I don't talk like my age, and not in a bad way. Like, I talk like I am older. I have a mindset like I am older. And at first, I used to kind of get offended, because I'm like, you're trying to say I'm old. But like, when I finally started to kind of realize, like, I am different, it's a lot of things that I do that I'm like, it's just such a beautiful thing to see, y'all. That is the end of this yap session, y'all. I feel like I yapped y'all ears away, but at the end of the day, it needed to be said. I learned a lot this year. I'm very blessed to have been 22. I'm very blessed for this season of my life that I am in, because I'm learning so much. And I'm just very blessed, very excited to see what 23 has for me. I'm super excited. 22 I went through a thing or six, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I went through a little bit this year, but I also learned a lot, and I'm still learning. So again, that is going to be the end of this video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. If y'all stayed to the end, like, comment, and subscribe. And again, turn on your post notifications to be notified every time I post a new video. And I will see y'all in my next video. Love you. Bye.